presentation, they shouldn't necessarily start as soon as they click record. So that's something that students can do. They can record their sessions so that they can listen to it themselves later on, and try to listen to their mistakes, try to learn from their mistakes, and also long term they can hear their progress. That's one reason students might record. They might also record because they can send the link to their teacher, and the teacher can give them feedback. For some university students, especially in Australia, the teacher sets it as a assessment. So the teacher looks at the recording and it's an assessment. Okay, so I'll talk you through a couple of the things here that students will be able to use. So at the moment, I've loaded up an image on the display. But can I just get you to click Close Image on the bottom left section? Close Image. And you'll see in front of you a few different options. So to start with, can I get you to click on Whiteboard? So Whiteboard. So this means that everybody can see this whiteboard here, and we can draw on it. So if you look on the if you look on the left, there's a different selection. So we can draw things there, and then on the left as well, there's an option to there's a T, and we can write different things on the board, so that students can put up a word and ask the person, what does this mean? A lot of the Australian students, they write a dialogue up there in Indonesian, and then they go through the dialogue with their partner. And it's something that I think the Indonesian students can also do in English. They can write up a couple of sentences, and they can, or a conversation, just a few lines, and then they can say, go through the pronunciation, go through the grammar, that kind of thing, and practice with the person that they're meeting. The main kind of piece of advice that students need really is that it's better if they come prepared. If they come prepared with a photo, or with a dialogue, or with a piece of homework or something, it just makes it go more smoothly and they get more benefit. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of other things. Can you please close the whiteboard? Yep. And then click on presentation, just to the left there. Yeah, so there's a few files. The files you see are ones that students have uploaded recently. So you can, as students can upload their own new file, or if you can just choose one, like a file there, and then upload it. I mean, I'll put it on the screen. So these files could be a photo, it could be a PowerPoint presentation, or a Word document. So the students can actually, they don't have to type it up necessarily, but they can have a PowerPoint presentation they can talk through. So yeah, so this is a photo that a student might have brought up, and then they might want to show the language partner this photo. Often photos are from their home or neighborhood, and then they can share and talk about it and practice answering questions. So, an interesting thing with this is that students can ask questions, and you can prepare, but it's good to have spontaneous conversation, and you don't know necessarily to ask. So this is a good example there. And I'm just going to close this just for a second, and I'm going to open up just another example of something else. Just give me a sec. So sometimes students, they might upload statistics or other options as well. So they might explain this. So this one, Canberra Airport annual rainfall, as part of their assignment. So it depends on what they. Yes, definitely something that. That's right. Yeah, and explain the graph. Yes, using more than just go up and go down. Yeah, so this is a really easy way to show somebody something while you're talking to them, opposed to a video call where you just see their face. You can discuss a topic and show them while you're talking. So you can see down the bottom, there's a chat box. So usually 2 people or 3 people in one room is a good number because you have a good conversation. Sometimes if there's more people, they can have a side conversation on the chat box, which is okay, but usually 2 or 3 is good. And sometimes people write in the chat box if they want to know, oh, how do you spell this? Or I didn't understand, can you write it? And they just type it there because it's always there. There are a few other functions. People can change the layout of the room, but that's the main. They're the main points there. And yeah, so students when they first join, they don't necessarily have, but I think it's good if they can log on to this and just experiment. If they log on, they're not going to break anything, so they just click whatever buttons they want. Experiment with the whiteboard, with the upload, whatever, and then they'll learn and see what works, what doesn't work, and we can go from there. Oh, I forgot to mention the students can meet and organize times to meet Australian students through the Facebook group. Also, some Australian students don't have Facebook, so email is also another possibility, another possible way. And sometimes people organize times to meet and have conversations here via WhatsApp or something like that. But a lot of Australians don't have WhatsApp, so Facebook is the most common one, you know. Yeah. And yeah, the internet is a thing. I know a lot of students. Some of them so far, they don't have much internet at home, so they either go to, say, if they're Undana students, they go to Undana to use the campus Wi-Fi, or some of them go to Wi-Fi corners, you know. But if they can have some kind of regular access to Wi-Fi at the campus, that'll be very helpful for them. But I think that's something that you guys can think about. Sorry, is that what were you asking before? Just to check. Did I forget something?
Login, but it seems like they have to go to the Facebook group first to meet the Australian student and make an appointment about the time.
That's right. Yes. Yeah, and I can, if they want to, if they need help at all, they can ask me. They can email me, or a lot of students ask questions for help on the Facebook group. But if they need an email address of Australian students, they can ask me, and I'll send the email address to them. Or if they're happy, some Australian students, because there's Australian students who want to meet Indonesian students and Indonesian students who want to meet, but sometimes they can't connect. So I help them connect with them, so that I can do that. But the easiest way so far has been through the Facebook group for most people.
Thank you. Yeah, nice.
No, thank you.
And finally, I made it today.
That's right. It's okay about this morning. Don't worry, I understand. The things drop out all the time, so don't stress. Yeah, but have good luck with the radio. I'll let you go now. But thanks for taking the time to chat. Okay, so I'm gonna head off now. Okay, bye. Bye bye.